Look at the glasses on your face or sitting on your desk. How much did they cost you? $100, $200, $300, maybe even more if you chose progressive lenses, high-index materials, or designer frames. Traditional brick-and-mortar stores routinely charge premium prices for these daily necessities. Yet, if you browse online, you encounter a completely different reality. This stark contrast raises a fundamental question. Why does a simple pair of lenses carry such a heavy price tag? Now open the website of one of the largest online eyewear retailers. Zenni Optical still advertises a complete pair of prescription glasses starting at just $6.95. Not just the frame, but a complete basic prescription pair. The company says it has sold more than 50 million pairs of glasses using this direct model. How can one functional pair cost less than a lunch, while another costs hundreds? Is there a massive technological gap, or are we paying for something else entirely? This question becomes far more interesting when you travel to a city most consumers have never heard of, Danyang, China. Located in Jiangsu province in eastern China, this city is not a famous global tech hub like Shenzhen or Shanghai. Yet Danyang serves as the quiet backbone of the global eyewear industry. If you wear glasses, there is a very high probability that your lenses originated in this single industrial powerhouse, which supplies half of the world's optical lenses. A popular online story claims that cheap Chinese glasses have already destroyed a $165 billion American monopoly. While that makes an incredibly dramatic headline, it is simply not true. The dominant industry giant, EssilorLuxottica, is not an American company, but a Franco-Italian group. Furthermore, it has not collapsed. In fact, the company remains highly profitable, and recent antitrust lawsuits accusing it of market monopolization were dismissed by a federal judge. To understand the true scale of this manufacturing powerhouse, look at the numbers. Recent figures reported by Xinhua show that Danyang produces approximately 800 million spectacle lenses every year. That represents roughly 50% of the world's entire annual output. More than 1,600 eyewear companies operate within the city, employing over 50,000 people. This massive concentration of optical infrastructure turns raw materials into finished lenses at a scale that completely dominates global production. Danyang is no longer just a low-cost manual assembly hub. Factories here have undergone a massive technological evolution, implementing automated coating systems, precision digital inspection, and free-form digital lens production. These advanced production lines are highly standardized, exporting sophisticated optical products throughout Asia, Europe, and the Americas. By replacing manual labor with high-precision automation, these factories can manufacture massive quantities of lenses while keeping errors low and production costs incredibly competitive. This industrial shift directly challenges the old assumption that a Chinese lens is automatically a low-quality, cheap lens. The real question is no longer where the lens was manufactured, but rather what specific standards were used to make it. A lens is defined by its optical design, its raw material, its precise coatings, and its specific quality control tolerances. Danyang factories can produce both budget utility lenses and high-end optical products, depending entirely on what the buyer specifies. Many viral videos claim that a complete pair of $300 glasses only costs $5 to $8 to manufacture. However, presenting this as a universal fact is highly misleading. Lenses are not all the same. Simple single-vision lenses are vastly different from complex progressives. High-index materials, photochromic treatments, custom prisms, and specialized coatings all change the basic manufacturing equation. While basic lens blanks can indeed be produced cheaply, custom prescriptions require much more demanding optical processing. Even with those variables, industry estimates show that factory production can be remarkably inexpensive. In 2022, the founder of LensCrafters, E. Dean Butler, estimated that Chinese factories could supply good frames for $4 to $8, designer quality frames for $15, and high-quality basic lens blanks for just $1.25 each. While a highly complicated custom pair might cost up to $25 to produce, this is still only a tiny fraction of the final retail price. If manufacturing represents only a fraction of the price, where does the rest of your money go? When you buy glasses in a traditional retail store, you are paying for a massive infrastructure. You are paying for prime store rent, sales staff salaries, in-person eye examinations, professional fitting services, inventory storage, national marketing campaigns, brand licensing fees, and complex insurance administration. Whether those physical retail services are worth the high markup is the real question consumers must ask. To understand how the traditional retail model became so powerful and expensive, we must travel to northern Italy. In 1961, Leonardo Del Vecchio founded a company called Luxottica. Originally, Luxottica only supplied small components to other eyewear manufacturers. However, Del Vecchio quickly realized that the real power lay in controlling the entire process. Luxottica expanded into manufacturing complete frames and eventually began securing licensing agreements with major fashion houses, setting the stage for unmatched industry integration. Over several decades, Luxottica executed an incredibly ambitious strategy. It did not just make frames, it systematically bought the infrastructure surrounding them. In 1995, it acquired LensCrafters, gaining direct control over optical retail. In 1999, it purchased the legendary Ray-Ban brand for $640 million. In 2007, it added Oakley in a $2.1 billion deal. Finally, in 2018, Luxottica merged with the French lens manufacturing giant Essilor, forming EssilorLuxottica, an unprecedented force in global eyewear. This historic merger created a level of vertical integration rarely seen in any other consumer industry. EssilorLuxottica owns iconic brands, operates major retail chains like Sunglass Hut, manufactures high-precision lenses, and even owns EyeMed, a major vision benefits business in the United States. While critics describe this as a closed loop, where one corporation controls manufacturing, retail, and insurance, EyeMed's network does include independent optometrists and other retail chains, meaning consumers still have alternatives. Because of this immense consolidation, the word monopoly is frequently thrown around in videos and articles. But in the legal world, being incredibly large is not the same as being a monopoly. To establish monopoly power under antitrust law, a company must be shown to control prices and exclude all competition. EssilorLuxottica has consistently argued that the eyewear market remains highly competitive, pointing to the existence of online retailers, independent opticians, and major alternative brands that operate globally. This legal distinction was put to the test in 2023 when consumers filed class-action antitrust lawsuits against EssilorLuxottica. The plaintiffs accused the company of monopolizing the custom lens and designer frame markets. However, in September 2025, a federal judge dismissed the complaints. The court ruled that the plaintiffs had failed to plausibly demonstrate sufficient market power or properly define the relevant product markets. This dismissal shows that while the company holds massive market influence, it is legally not a monopoly. Another dramatic story frequently cited is the historic conflict with Oakley. Viral narratives claim Luxottica maliciously pulled Oakley products from Sunglass Hut, crushed Oakley's stock price, and then forced a cheap takeover. The real history is more nuanced. There indeed was a bitter commercial dispute after Luxottica acquired Sunglass Hut, leading to a temporary reduction of Oakley products. But the two companies eventually settled their differences, and Oakley sunglasses returned to store shelves long before any merger took place.
When Luxottica finally acquired Oakley in 2007, the transaction was far from a hostile, discounted takeover. The deal valued Oakley at approximately $2.1 billion. Luxottica paid $29.30 per share, representing an 18% premium over Oakley's average share price and a 24% premium over its 3-month average. This was a highly valued, premium acquisition, not a cheap, predatory purchase of a destroyed competitor. While the retail giants built their physical empires, a quiet revolution was starting online. Imagine a model completely free of high mall rents, commission-driven sales staff, and physical inventory costs. In this digital model, the consumer already has a prescription from an eye doctor. They simply input their numbers online, select a frame, measure their pupillary distance, and wait for the finished glasses to arrive in the mail. This simple alternative completely bypasses the traditional retail markup. This online model is exactly how Zenni Optical scaled its massive business. Founded in 2003, Zenni has sold more than 51 million pairs of glasses. By maintaining a direct-to-consumer digital model, they keep their entry-level price at $6.95, with an average selling price of just over $40 in 2023. This proven profitability at ultra-low price points demonstrates that basic vision correction does not require hundreds of retail dollars to be sustainable. However, we must address a common myth that a $7 online pair is identical to a $250 designer pair because they come from the same place. There is no verified evidence that these specific products share the same factories. Danyang is a massive industrial city, not a single factory. Different facilities produce goods to completely different specifications. A luxury lens and a basic lens might use different raw materials, optical designs, coating layers, and quality control standards. This entire online disruption was made possible by an underrated regulatory change: prescription portability. In the United States, federal rules strictly require eye doctors to provide patients with a copy of their eyeglass prescription immediately after an exam. In 2024, the Federal Trade Commission strengthened these enforcement rules to ensure eye doctors cannot withhold this crucial data. This ensures that the professional eye exam does not lock you into buying from the clinic's own high-priced retail shop. Armed with their physical prescription, the consumer is no longer a captive audience. They can walk out of the clinic and buy their glasses from anywhere: a local independent optician, Costco, an online retailer, or directly from an overseas supplier sourcing from Danyang. This regulatory freedom, combined with digital commerce and global manufacturing scale, completely broke the physical retail store's monopoly on consumer access, allowing buyers to escape the traditional $300 pricing loop. Despite this rise in low-cost online options, the world's largest eyewear company is far from dying. For 2024, EssilorLuxottica reported a massive 26.5 billion euros in revenue. Moving into 2026, its financial performance showed continued growth, with first-half adjusted operating profits rising 15% and second-quarter revenue reaching 7.7 billion euros. The traditional high-end eyewear giant has not been killed by cheap online alternatives. Instead, it continues to thrive by adapting its business model. While profitable, the company's valuation has faced real stock market pressures. In April 2026, Reuters reported that EssilorLuxottica's market capitalization had fallen from a peak of nearly 150 billion euros to 86 billion euros. But cheap Chinese prescription glasses were not the main driver of this decline. Instead, investors were reacting to broader macroeconomic shifts, currency fluctuations, geopolitical tariffs, and rising competition in high-tech wearables, specifically the company's smart glasses collaboration with Meta. The real disruption happening today is not the financial collapse of the big brands, but the death of opaque pricing. When manufacturing scale from Danyang meets direct online retail, it changes consumer expectations. Once someone buys a fully functional prescription pair for $30, they no longer view a $300 pair as the default standard. High-end brands are now forced to clearly justify their premium prices by proving the value of designer branding, professional fittings, advanced coatings, or superior service.
What we are witnessing is a profound split in the eyewear market. Basic vision correction has become a highly accessible, commoditized utility. Meanwhile, traditional giants are shifting premium eyewear into advanced medical tech platforms and smart glasses, transforming how we view the glasses on our faces. How much did your last pair of glasses cost? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to Curious Lab for more deep industrial insights.